Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Oh, that was tepid. You know?
Small but powerful.
Somebody's nice enough to wish you the peace of Shabbat. You might want to offer it back, what is it, mit enthusiasm. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
So much better. This is in high summer. We don't necessarily expect a lot of people, but we want the people who are here to be involved and engaged. We've got people from out of town, people who cross rivers to get here, which is astonishing in Pittsburgh parlance, and people who just haven't been here for a while, people who are here to celebrate, people who are here to mourn. Now, this particular Shabbat has a name in Hebrew. It's called Shabbat Chazon. Chazon means vision. And the vision, sadly, is sad, because it is the vision of Isaiah in the first chapter of what's going to happen to our people in just one more day. Tomorrow night we commemorate Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, which is called the Black Fast. According to our tradition, both temples, the first temple in the year 70, the first temple in 586 before the Common Era, destroyed by the Iraqis. We used to call them Babylonians, right? And the second one in 70 CE destroyed by the Italians. We used to call them Romans. But at the same day, and it's actually a complete fast. So next week, we're going to look for comfort. This week, some of the melodies are not just about the joy of Shabbat the way we usually do, but reflect this anticipatory sadness. So the first song we're going to do is actually a three-part round. And I think that we are not capoed at all.
We're open, yes.
So the song, you got a slide for us? So we're going to go over the words in English. Say, by the waters.
By the waters.
The waters of Babylon.
The waters of Babylon.
We lay down and wept.
We lay down and wept.
And wept for thee, Zion.
And wept for thee, Zion.
We remember thee.
We remember thee.
Remember thee.
Remember thee.
Remember thee, Zion.
Remember thee, Zion.
Think you can handle that?
So there are three parts, and it's going to be a round, but let's get everybody singing the same thing first. How many of you actually know the song? Oh, good. 30% know the song. By the waters of Babylon, we lay down and wept for thee, Zion. We remember thee, remember thee, remember thee, Zion. By the waters of Babylon, we lay down and wept for thee, Zion. We remember thee, Zion. That was really adequate. That was like a B-. That was great. Okay, we're not ready to go on the road yet, but this group here, they're mine. That group up the middle, they're yours. And you're going to sing with Rabbi Gorban, okay? So we're going to do it in a round. You just follow me. And you got to follow the incredible voice and the beautiful presence of Canna Berman. You got Rabbi Gorban over there, beautiful as well. But let's see if we can hold our own. By the waters of Babylon, we lay down and wept for thee, Zion. We remember thee, Zion. By the waters of Babylon, we lay down and wept for thee, Zion. We remember thee, Zion. By the waters of Babylon, we lay down and wept for thee, Zion. We remember thee, remember thee, remember thee. Everybody in the last line. We remember thee, remember thee, remember thee, Zion. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
The rituals for starting Shabbat are lighting candles and Kiddush And in honor of this week's celebration of Barbara's and my 40th anniversary, I'm going to ask Barbara to come up. We're going to light candles and do Kiddush together. It's our custom, as you are able to please rise. As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen. If you know the Kiddush, feel free to join in.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho ve'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Ki banu bacharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh Shabbat.
You may be seated.
It's just juice.
Still. You'll see more of her later. The beautiful beginnings of Shabbat evening service were given to us 500 years ago. That's really, really recent, as opposed to the Psalms 3,000 years ago. And they're about love and about brides and about angels. And so this first is God is a beloved, a yedid nefesh, literally a beloved of the heart. So I'm actually have to move it up to here to 3, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is a beautiful melody, and if you know the words, join in. Some of you know part of it, but not all of it. We don't usually do 2 verses from this song, so we're going to do it nice and slow. And there's a nigun at the end, which is a wordless melody.
Yedid nefesh, av harachaman, mishoch avdecha, el ritzonecha, yarutz avdecha kemo ayam, yishtachaveh el mul hadaret.
Well, this is from a psalm. Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo, let all the fields and the trees and them exult. And then it says, Az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, then shall all the trees in the forest shout for joy. And I know the words are from King David. Just a hint, the melody ain't, okay?
Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo, Ya'aloz Sadai, Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo, Ya'aloz Sadai, Az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, 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 Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo, Ya'aloz Sadai, Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo, Ya'aloz Sadai, Az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, Az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, Az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, Az yiranenu kol atzei. Just you. Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo, Ya'aloz Sadai, Ya'aloz Sadai, v'chol asher bo, Ya'aloz Sadai,
The next song was written not 3,000 years ago, but 500 years ago in Sfat in northern Israel in the Galilee. And they would greet the Shabbat as a bride. We usually do bright, happy melodies. But as I said, this Friday, this Shabbat is just before Tisha B'Av. There's a very famous melody called Eli Tzion. And we're going to do the Chadodi to Eli Tzion. If you don't know it, just listen. Just let the words wash over you. In the last verse, as we usually do, we'll rise and face the rear. The last words of the last verse are Bo'i Kala, may the bride come in. And we'll bow to there where Anshel is, and maybe the bride will come in from there. Maybe the bride will come in from the parking lot. Who knows until we see. So if you don't know the melody, please just listen. We do verses 1, 2, 4, and 5.
5 and 9.
1, 2, 5, and 9. Silly rabbi.
B'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela, shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shemo tiferet v'litila, likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha. Ki mikor ha'beracha, mirosh mikedem nesucha. Sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila, it'oreri, it'oreri. Ki ba'orei kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi.
clear. The words are up on the wall.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha v'tzohala, toch emunei am
We bow to the left.
simcha.
Boi chala. Then to the right. Boi chala. Please be seated.
Adodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela, Adodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela.
And you'll hear that melody again tomorrow night. It's called Eli Tzion, my God of Zion. The next psalm is actually a fragment from the Psalm for the Sabbath day, Psalm 92. Very, very popular in Israel. There is some clapping that's going to go on that you're going to follow Rabbi Gorban. So it's going to be Tzadik Katamar Yifrach Yifrach, Tzadik Katamar Yifrach. But you have to get your hands in the hand ready position, okay?
Tzadik Katamar Yifrach Yifrach, Tzadik Katamar Yifrach, Tzadik Katamar Yifrach Yifrach, Tzadik Katamar Yifrach. Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh, Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh, Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh. Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh, Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh, Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh. One more time. Tzadik Katamar Yifrach Yifrach, Tzadik Katamar Yifrach, Tzadik Katamar Yifrach Yifrach, Tzadik Katamar Yifrach. Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh, Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh, Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh. Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh, Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh, Ge'erez balvanon yizgeh.
The last song we're going to do in this section is going to greet Shabbat as in the form of angels, the angels of our better nature. We literally go into sacred time, time out of time. I always say to students, I want them to study 6 days a week for their bar and bat mitzvah studies, for their Hebrew, and they can have any day off that ends in Y. And they look at me like I'm crazy because it's a bad dad joke, except there's one day that ends in T, and that's Shabbat. So this version is what we do at most of musical Shabbat. So,
Shalom Aleichem. Join us. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boni l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boni l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Amalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Sechel Shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon, Melech, Malachi Malachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Alechem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Melech, Malachi Malachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu.
Please, if you will, rise as you are able for the Chatzi Kaddish, the statement of faith that ends this section of our service and leads us to the Baruch Hu, the call to worship.
Yitkadal ve'yitkadash merabah.
Amen.
Yelemad yivrachirutei ve'malich malchutei. Bechayechon ve'mechon v'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uvizman karev yimeru. Amen. Yehi shmerabah mevorach. Le'olam le'al me'al maya. Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha rechu li'ela min kol barchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata tamiran mi'alma v'imeru. Amen. Lai 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 lai. Ya la lai 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 lai. Ya la lai. Ya la lai 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 lai. Ya la lai lai lai. Ya la lai 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 lai. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. We continue with a blessing for the wonders of creation. We join together. Bless Adonai, who spins day into dusk.
With wisdom, watch the dawn gates open. With understanding, let time and seasons come and go. With awe, perceive the stars in lawful orbit. Morning dawns, even darkens. Darkness and light yielding one to the other, yet each distinguished and unique. Marvel at life. Strive to know its ways. Seek wisdom and truth, the gateways to life's mysteries. Wondrous indeed is the evening twilight. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim.
We continue with the prayer thanking God for the gift of Torah.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Akein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachenu, u'kumenu nasiach b'chukecha, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, נגי יומם ולילה. ויעבדך תסיר עמנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל Adonai Eloheinu ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We join together in an English interpretation of what we just chanted. If we can hear the words from Sinai, then love will flow from us. And we shall serve all that is holy with all our intellect and all our passion and all our life.
If we can serve all that is holy, we shall be doing all that humans can to help the rains to flow, the grasses to be green, the grains to be golden like the sun, and the rivers to be filled with life once more. All the children of God shall eat, and there will be enough. But if we turn from Sinai's words and serve only what is common and profane, making gods of our own comfort or power, then the holiness of life will contract for us. Our world will grow inhospitable. Let us therefore lace these words into our passion and our intellect, and bind them as a sign upon our hands and eyes. Let us write them in mezuzot upon our doors and teach them to our children. Let us honor the generations that came before us, keeping the promise for those yet to be. Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Baelim Adonai, mi kamoch nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, malchutecha ra'u banecha, bokeyem lifnei Moshe Miriam, malchutecha ra'u banecha, bokeyem lifnei Moshe Miriam, Zezeli, Anu ve'amru, Adonai Imloch, Leolam, Leolam va'ed, Yalalai, lai, 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 yalalai, lai, lai, yalalai, lai, 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 yalalai, lai, 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 yalalai, lai, lai.
ונאמר, כי פד אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
You know this.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, ve'amidenu shomreinu l'chayim, ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from right, oh Adonai. Amen.
This is not a concert. You can at least do amen with us. Amen. 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 Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporeis sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
Which one are we doing? Oh, yeah, we know this.
We do know this.
This is one of the original Debbie Friedmans, this Vishamru. If you don't know Vishamru, it's Exodus 31:16-17, which says that Shabbat is an eternal heritage of our people, and the punishment for not observing Shabbat is severe. You don't get Shabbat.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'atzot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam, berit olam, beini ubein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, ubayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash.
Please rise as you are able. As we begin the prayers of our service, the core prayers of our service, the tefillah, the meditation, asking God to open our mouths in prayer.
Is Lynn Lazar here?
Yes.
You know that picture, huh?
In major.
Adonai, sifatai tifta, ufi agit tehilatecha. 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל אתריו להושיע. מחכה חיים וחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח רופאים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומינו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We join in a prayer for Shabbat. We offer thanks, O God,
for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
And asking God to accept our prayers, we again join together. Eternal our God, we yearn for your favor. Receive our prayers with loving acceptance, and may you always desire our worship. Divine One, close to all who call upon you, bring your grace and presence near to those who serve you. Pour forth your Spirit on us, and may our eyes see your merciful return to Zion. Praised are you, Adonai, whose presence is felt again in Zion. Baruch atah Adonai, machazir shechinato l'Tzion. There are many wonderful things in our lives for which we give thanks, and one of the things that we have, one of the blessings that we have, is the ability to create additional blessing in our world. And so we offer a prayer of gratitude for being able to make change. We join together. For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and hands, we offer praise. For the desire in us which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful. For life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lachana el hodot.
I didn't know you had that picture, Karen.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'einecha le'arei et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
All of the prayers that we have said and songs that we've sung, we haven't really taken the opportunity to offer the prayers that we don't share with our ancestors or even with the people sitting right next to us. And so I invite you at this time to offer the prayers of your heart.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ויאמרו אמן. Do that again. ויאמרו All
May
the
our
sopranos
prayers
can,
truly go up to the heavens.
they do. All the sopranos are thanking me and others are not. Before we go on, why don't you turn around and say Shabbat Shalom, my name is. Turn around, and if you want, you can even say where you went to high school, just for the fun of it. Sorry about that. Hi, Elkie. Did you stop your credit cards and all that kind of thing? What? No. Oh. We never let an opportunity when we gather to go past without offering a prayer for those who are not well. And we think of certain people in our lives, we know them by name, of course, but we think of the kinds of people for whom we wish healing. Right now, I know, and many of you know, people are in the hospital right now and clearly terrified about what might happen in just the next day or so. And if you're like me, you know people are in nursing homes. And they may face an entire weekend without one visitor. And all of us know people who will walk the earth with a stone on the heart, or face the daily battles of sobriety, just trying to keep their feet on the road. We wish for refuah shlema, healing of body, mind, and spirit for all of them. And it's our custom that we have a collective heart in this room. And if there's somebody for whom you would wish healing, you might choose to say that name out loud when I look at your part of the congregation. You might whisper it, you might say it out loud. You might just hold that name close in your heart, whatever is going to be good for you, feeling that the person for whom you wish healing is being prayed for. As I look at your part of the congregation, feel free to say a name. Please don't raise your hand, class is over, it's summer. But the nice thing is if you say a name that I don't know, I'll add that into my heart as well when I go to bed tonight. And if I say somebody, maybe that person will enter into your heart. So let's go around. Ram Ben Ita, Stuart Smith, Mike Nudie.
And let us say Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
As I said, for those who were here at the beginning of the service, this is called Shabbat Chazon, the vision of Isaiah of things that are not going to go well for our people. And we read it on the eve of the destruction of both temples. It reminds me every summer with 5 kids in the house and all of us bringing home friends from college and things like that, my mother would be friendly at first and then get that frozen smile in the end, in the middle of August, which told you that the blow-up was going to occur. It was going to occur. And usually when the last guest left, that we had foisted upon my mother, that she had to cook for, find wine for, find cheese for, find a bed for, do the linens, on and on. The last person would leave, and we knew that the world was about to fall apart. And so the house was never as clean as it was those 24 hours, thinking that we could forestall the storm, that we could make this not happen if we simply didn't fight. 5 kids, 4 boys, youngest girl, lots of fighting. Clean up, unload the dishwasher, wipe down the table, the counters, fold the laundry, put the laundry away. That was a big deal. And we did it all. And then it could simply be somebody dropping a fork on the floor. And the heavens would be unleashed. And my mother would do something more devastating than my father spanking me. Now, I have to tell you, I grew up in a time when fathers spanked. My father hit all of us except the girl. And he only stopped when we stopped crying, by the way. He hit me and I stopped crying. And I said, "Why are you hitting me?" And he stopped crying. He stopped hitting me. But my mother would cry. And to watch have you ever had this, to watch your mother cry and it's like the world has just fallen apart, right? And I can only imagine what our people must have felt on the edge of destruction that night before the Babylonians torched the temple, or the Romans, the 10th Legion, torched the temple yet again. I'm talking about emotional storm. And the idea is, in our text in Isaiah, we're told that there's a remedy. Don't let things build up all summer against your mother, right? That's a simple one. He said, hate evil, do good. Isaiah 1 is very clear about this. Hate evil, do good. Don't necessarily go to services. The only reason to come to services is so you can be inspired by people you meet, or words you say, or songs that you sing, to go out into that world and make that world a better place. Because even as Isaiah had a vision of things going terribly wrong in his society, any one of us could give up the sermon tonight about the things, the vision of things not going right. We're in the world of politics or culture, the world of the street, people who can't walk the street without any sense of security that they're going to be safe, whether from other people holding guns or safe from the authorities. Even in Israel, and I just got back from Jerusalem a week ago. If you were here last week, I'm much more sane than I was a week ago. 7 hours of jet lag, I don't recover from it quite as fast as I used to. This week, Israel passed a law in which it said, yes, Israel is a Jewish state, in a way that 20% of the population of Arabs don't know if they belong. They don't know if their language is an official language anymore. Yesterday morning at 5:30 in the morning, a conservative rabbi in Haifa was brought by the police for questioning at the police station. You know what crime he committed? He did a wedding that was non-Orthodox. And he declared, Iran has come to Israel. Those were his words. And so I'm supposed to rile you up and tell you about the things that are going to heck in a handbasket. But I have to tell you, I'm a history major, and I have a long view. I am a short-term pessimist, but I'm a long-term optimist. The government in this country will change. God, we survived the Civil War, for goodness sake. The government in Israel will change, and people will be guided by hope and not as much by fear. And that's why next Friday, next Shabbat, if you come, it will not be talking about the prophetic message of dread, but the prophetic message of comfort. Nachamu, nachamu ami, comfort ye, my people, in Isaiah 40. And the only way I know we can get through these difficult times is to do what we did just a few minutes ago, to find our old friends, to make new friends, and to band together in faith. I don't care what color you are. When an African-American child is struck down in the streets of East Pittsburgh, we bleed. If we don't, we simply draw a moat around our own castle, and we refuse to do that. When a conservative rabbi is arrested for doing a wedding, we cannot be silent. And although, yes, some Arabs want to hurt Jews, there's no doubt about it, but many don't. And when we say they don't belong, we have to stand up and say they do. We say this often around Temple Sinai, that in the second prayer of the Amidah, God upholds the falling and heals the sick and frees the captive. And we say, we are God's hands. So I beg of you this week, as we enter into Tisha B'Av tomorrow night, use your hands and hold on to this in this difficult time. Hold on for your life. Hold on to somebody else who needs support. Hold on. And sometime, and we hope that it comes soon, you'll be able to open your hands again and raise them in hope. And when that hope is fulfilled, not just hope, but joy. I truly believe this with all of my heart. I do not say this lightly, and I do not take the troubles we face lightly. There will be sadness, pain, and loss. And our job is to hold on in faith that we matter more than you may even know at this moment. So that in the end, next week, you will hear these words one more time. Nachamu, nachamu ami. Comfort ye, my people. And if God is not there to comfort you, God give us the strength and the open heart to comfort each other. Amen. It's at this point in our service that we ask anybody who's got a birthday in August. Anybody?
Well, what about July?
July is, oh my God. You know, I see all the flyers for back to school sales and I'm in August already. Thank you for that correction. I appreciate it. Who's July? Anybody July birthday? Come on up. You're doing both of you. Yeah, of course it is. I'll give you half a piece of candy. No. Anybody else?
David, saw your hand up.
Come on, David. Stand up here by the guitars. So you got a mic here. You got to say your name and your birthday, the day of the month, and if you're willing, how old you are.
Hi, I'm Ben.
Here, we'll try that again.
I turned 28 on July 15th.
Mazel tov.
I'm Dave.
Wednesday, and you're this age. Right?
July the 4th.
July the 4th. You're not as old as the country then.
I'm older than 50.
We say Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, our God and God of our fathers and God of our mothers. May these wonderful men be blessed as they celebrate fulfilling another year on God's green earth. May they be not only in a mood to celebrate their past accomplishments, may they be renewed in strength and spirit. May they be blessed throughout their entire lives, even though they're blessed at this moment. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. May God cause God's light to shine on you and be gracious to you. May God lift up God's presence to you and grant you wholeness and peace. You two are so special. It's the first time we've ever had only two for birthday blessings. So mazel, mazel, mazel tov. And by the way, for two, you get two pieces of candy. Two. There you go. Okay?
And do you want to do us your Hechianu?
Yes. So the blessing for a happy occasion is Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Oh my gosh, you found the wedding shot. Oh,
it's Barbara's profile picture on Facebook. It's not hard. None of this is hard to find.
I do. Where do you want us to be?
Wherever you want to be. This is your sanctuary.
Oh, no. This is the Levi sanctuary. So one of the two of you stand there, we'll face you, okay?
Go ahead.
Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, may the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless the two of you who, as our ancestors, spent 40 years journeying to the promised land, have also spent 40 years reaching your promised land of joy and wholeness, of blessing and peace, as together we say.
Amen. We're going to ask everybody to join in a Yivarechecha, the blessing that not only do we say to children on Shabbat, but that's a blessing that we offer sometimes under the chuppah and at other special occasions. So you can join in the words if you want, but at the end of every phrase, we're going to say the words Kein Yehi Ratzon, or sing them even better. Yivarechecha Adonai V'chuneka Kein Yehi Ratzon Yaher Adonai Panav Elecha V'chuneka Kein Yehi Ratzon Yisa Adonai Panav Elecha V'yasem Lecha Shalom Kein Yehi Ratzon. As those words may have been said to you under the chuppah, May they guide your lives for many years in the future.
We get candy too? Oh.
Mazel tov! We don't have the little kids to come clean it up, do we?
Just a few quick announcements before we head to the last part of our service. Those who are joining us for the first time, we welcome you. Say, Bruchim Abayim, may your coming be blessed, the Grigsbys and our friends from Michigan. And anybody who, as I say, crossed a river or is here just learning to get to know us, we hope to have a chance to share ice cream with you. After it is July and it is hot, so that, but you know, we hope that the sweetness of this will be something that you remember with joy. So tomorrow there is Torah study at 8:30 in the morning with Rabbi Gorban. The minyan tomorrow is at 9:15, an all-singing minyan. And then at 9:45 tomorrow at Tree of Life or L'Simcha, we will in fact start commemorating Tisha B'Av. And
9:45 p.m.
Did I say p.m.?
I just wanted to make sure.
It is p.m. Don't come 9:45 a.m. 9:45 p.m. For those who are fasting, it is a challenging fast. It's called the Black Fast, and we're supposed to abstain from food and drink, washing for pleasure, wearing leather, or actually physical intimacy as well. We're supposed to really restrict ourselves because we understand the power of the past sadness and how it affects our lives today. It starts at 9:45. Cantor Berman is going to be leading Mari for the evening service. I'm doing a special reading for the event, and there will be the chanting in the special trope or tune of Echa or Lamentations that is hauntingly beautiful. And sometimes we have to dip our toe into the pool of sadness in our lives and our history as well. And so I hope that some of you will come. Tree of Life or L'Simcha, 9:45. Next week, 7 o'clock again, and we're going to be missing Rabbi Gorban, who's off to Camp Harlem, that magical place where they're going to have their own unique Shabbat, and we'll have Cantor Berman and I leading services, probably upstairs in the chapel. Okay? So, if you look on the screen, you'll see our concluding set of prayers, Aleinu, for which we rise as we are able.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, l'teit gedula le'otzer bereshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, ve'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, ve'goralenu k'chol hamonam, va'anachnu koreim u'mishtachavim u'modim, Livnei melech melchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'nemar v'yadonai, v'melech al kol haaretz, v'yom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
It's our tradition before the Kaddish that mourners say to recognize the yahrzeit, the year anniversary of those who have died at the season of years past. As we say the names of those whose yahrzeits occur in the coming week, if it is a relative of yours, we'll ask you to rise so we can recognize you as a mourner. At the very end, we'll recognize those who died in more recent days, and those people may rise, and then everybody will rise so no mourner ever need stand alone. This week we especially remember the names of Fred Abramovitz, Minnie Apter, and Phil Axelrod, Buddy Bennett, Emily Berman, and Pauline Bloom, Mike Brenner, Sandy Chernow, and Rita Cohen, Joyce Dunton, Edward I. Fishbein, Shirley Crewman Fisher, Vivian Gale, Pearl Gibbons, Sanford Gorby, and Bernice G. Gutstein. Charles Hall, Julius Hirsch, Ann Gale Rose Hodge, Jerome Juffy, and Samuel German. Maria Kadish, Samuel Kaufman and Robert Klofsky, Blanche Leibovitz, Isaac Latterman, and Evelyn B. Levine. Albie Marcus, Joseph Minden, Sarah Michelovich, Ella S. Perlstein, Ernest Plout, Evelyn Shermer, and Dwayne Sproles, Max Tabor, Bella Rose Weil, and Mary Zoffer, and Erwin Zolt. And now we remember those whose recent deaths we still mourn. Richard Yurko, Dr. Samuel Garfield, Daniel Barrack, and Susan Feldman. We rise with our mourners, as I said, so they are not unaccompanied, and those who will may say the mourner's Kaddish. Yikadal v'yikadash me'rabah.
Amen.
V'yom adivrach irutei v'yom lich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. V'agala v'izman kari v'yamru.
Amen.
Yehi shmei rabba barach le'olam le'almei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitrumam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha.
Brichu.
Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechmata. Damiram b'yoma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehi shlom araba min shemaya. V'chaim aleina ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav. Huya aseh shalom. Aleina ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
May the source of peace in the high heavens, who causes peace to come upon our planet, may God send peace to all of Israel, to the rest of our shattered world, to all of us who still mourn our beloved dead, as together we say,
Amen.
So we started with Psalm 137, by the rivers of Babylon, and we end tonight with Psalm 126. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Hazorim bedima barina yiksoru. It's a very simple melody. If you don't got it by the third time through, you're not trying. So here we go. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Last time, let's sing it out. Here we go. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Baruchim atem b'voachem, baruchim atem b'tzeitchem, me'etav olam. May be blessed every place you come into God's world. May be blessed every place you go out as well. May you go out with blessing, joy, faith, strength, and hope. As together we say,
Amen.
before we have our ice cream, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei minei mizono.
Amen.
Praise to you, Adonai, ruler of all, who makes animal crackers and all kinds of good stuff. As together we say, Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shkach.